The stories you are about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Crime Reports and Rewards with Rick Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't. I'm Dave Michaels with this week's edition of Spot Crime, where we highlight crimes reported in the CSRA. We've had 92 assaults around the CSRA that took place on the 1000 block of Ulrich Avenue, on Curry Street, on the 500 block of Broad Street, the 700 block of Ellis Street, the 1800 block of Telfair Street, the 1600 block of McCalsey Street, the 2100 block of 3rd Avenue, 3800 block of Mike Paget Highway, the 3900 block of Carleen Street, the 2800 block of Tobacco Road, the 200 block of Memory Drive, the 2800 block of Peach Orchard Road, the 2000 block of Lumpkin Street, the 2400 block of Dansville Street, the 3500 block of Hilltop Drive, the 2400 block of Cougar Drive, the 2800 block of Deans Ridge Road, the 1000 block of Clausen Road, the 2600 block of Thomas Lane, the 1100 block of Beeman Street, the 2600 block of Barton Chapel Road, the 4600 block of Elderly Drive, the 1500 block of Mill Street, the 2300 block of Riceboro Road, the 2600 block of Columbine Drive, the 2300 block of Greengate Drive, the 2300 block of Basswood Drive, the 2800 block of Ann Street, the 2800 block of Fleming Drive, the 3500 block of Windsor Springs Road, the 3800 block of Beacon Drive, one on April Street on East Boundary, the 2900 block of Arrowhead Drive, the 1300 block of Calkin Avenue, the 2400 block of Cougar Court, the 3000 block of Wrightsboro Road, the 3800 block of Old Waynesboro Road, the 3700 block of Teakwood Court, the 2100 block of F Court, the 100 block of C Street, the 2600 block of Carrington Drive, the 2600 block of Washington Road, the 4300 block of Seagull Road, the 1900 block of Robinson Road, the 300 block of Barber Road, the 3600 block of Sealy Drive, the 4100 block of Foreman Way, the 4100 block of Daisy Lane, the 500 block of Richmond Hill Road, the 600 block of Broad Street, the 3500 block of Windsor Springs Road, the 2200 block of Darlington Drive, the 1700 block of Mill Street, the 2200 block of Wrightsboro Road, the 2500 block of Milledgeville Road, the 1900 block of Barnes Road, the 3600 block of Wexford Court, the 1600 block of the Gordon Highway, one on the Bobby Jones Expressway, the 2200 block of Albee Mullane Drive, the 2000 block of Old Savannah Road, the 3000 block of Strickland Court, the 2100 block of Gordon Highway, the 1500 block of Abbey Way, the 4000 block of Madison Lane, the 500 block of Ellis Street, the 2200 block of Highland Avenue, the 4700 block of Story Mill Road, the 2300 block of Greengate Drive, one on East Boundary Street, the 2800 block of Peach Orchard Road, the 2900 block of Arrowhead Drive, the 2800 block of Washington Road, the 3600 block of Spanish Court, the 2700 block of Duffdown Street, the 2100 block of Shirley Avenue, the 3600 block of Peach Orchard Road, the 3200 block of Deansbridge Road, the 300 block of Brandywine Place, the 1000 block of Ulrich Avenue, the 700 block of DeMarket Street, the 400 block of Pennicane Way, the 1400 block of Springfield Court, the 2300 block of Wrightsboro Road, the 1000 block of Bedford Drive, the 2000 block of Harrell Road, the 900 block of Cross Tree Court, and the 1700 block of S.E. McIntyre Boulevard. We've had 52 burglaries around the CSRA. One occurred on the 2100 block of Martin Luther King Boulevard, 1800 block of the Gordon Highway, the 2300 block of Prague Court, the 500 block of Sanctuary Drive, the 1500 block of Mill Street, the 700 block of Lavelle Court, the 500 block of Balher Avenue, the 1900 block of Watkins Street, the 2000 block of Willow Street, a 2500 block of Reese Avenue, the 3100 block of Skinner Mill Road, the 2600 block of Thomas Lane, the 1900 block of Warren Street, the 1500 block of 15th Street, the 2100 block of Stevens Road, the 3200 block of Wrightsboro Road, the 4400 block of Old Waynesboro Road, the 300 block of 3rd Street, the 3700 block of Peach Orchard Road, the 3600 block of Jonathan Circle, the 2300 block of Wrightsboro Road, the 2300 block of Old McDuffie Road, the 3500 block of Windsor Springs Road, the 3900 block of Bird Road, the 1000 block of Tree Haven Road, the 4500 block of Ederly Road, the 1900 block of Battle Row, the 3000 block of Washington Road, the 2500 block of Reese Avenue, the 1900 block of Olive Road, the 1100 block of Millage Road, the 2600 block of East Borain Court, the 2600 block of Cairo Drive, the 2600 block of Perimeter Parkway, the 2000 block of Sampio Court, the 1900 block of Warren Street, the 2100 block of Tubman Hone Road, the 1900 block of the Gordon Highway, the 3400 block of Stony Brook Road, the 2500 block of Nunnery Road, the 3500 block of the Mike Paget Highway, the 3400 block of Peach Orchard Road, the 2600 block of Thomas Lane, the 2300 block of Mason Road, the 800 block of Spruce Street, the 1900 block of Lumpkin Road, the 200 block of Green Street, the 300 block of Telfair Street, the 1900 block of Olive Road, the 1000 block of Stevens Creek Road, the 3500 block of Buckner Drive, the 2600 block of Deansbridge Road, the 2500 block of Hanover Street, the 1900 block of Ohio Avenue, the 3800 block of the Mike Paget Highway, the 2800 block of Lake Erie Drive, the 2100 block of Stevens Road, the 2300 block of Rockview Drive, the 1200 block of the Gordon Highway, and the 700 block of Monroe's Court. We've had 3 robberies, one on the 800 block of Britz Lane, one on the Gordon Highway, and one on the 300 block of Walker Street. One arson on the 2600 block of Kipling Road. We've had 6 reckless conduct charges on the 1000 block of River Ridge Road, the 2800 block of Rocky Creek Road, the 3600 block of Brussels Street, the 1200 block of Brown Road, the 3700 block of Wheeler Road, and one on Washington Road. 9 charges of damage to property on the 500 block of Railroad Avenue, the 100 block of Clark Street, the 3100 block of Edenburg Drive, the 2100 block of Tubman Home Road, the 2300 block of Gerald Drive, the 200 block of the Robert C. Daniel Parkway, the 400 block of Green Street, the 2500 block of Sanders Drive, and the 3000 block of Stanford Drive. And we've had one drug arrest in the CSRA on the 2400 block of Peach Orchard Road. If you know anything about these crimes or any other crimes, please text your tips to 803-441-8744, where you'll always remain anonymous, and you tell us where to stack your cash rewards.
Augusta Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week is a hit-and-run fatality. Bradley Simmons was a 22-year-old hit-and-run victim. His family is asked to please help them find the person or persons who hit Bradley Simmons on Old Evans Road, Sunday, July 7, 2013, around 3:30 a.m. Whoever struck Brad lacked the courage and didn't care enough to stop and help him. He didn't even die until the next morning, July 8th, from the injuries suffered at the hands of this hit-and-run driver. If you think you know who did this cowardly deed, please call Captain Steve Morris at 706-541-1044 or text your tip to 803-441-UP-HIGH or mail your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org or call in your tip to 1-800-222-TIPS, where you'll always remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash. Yet another shooting has the Richmond County Sheriff's Office looking for a 23-year-old George Edward Powell, who is wanted for allegedly shooting Eli Terrell Bell at about 12:45 a.m. Wednesday, July 24th on Ulrich Avenue. Bell survived the shooting and was recuperating. If you know where 23-year-old George Edward Powell is, or how police may be able to stop him from shooting someone else, please call Investigator Blaze Dresser at 706-821-1080, or call, text, or email your tips to 1-800-222-TIPS, or text to 803-441-UP-HIGH, or email to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says Brian Scott Lowry is wanted for several counts of felony entering an automobile which have occurred in the CSRA. Lowry is said to be considered armed and dangerous and is a convicted felon. He has numerous outstanding violent felony warrants in Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina. Lowry's only vehicle was towed from the scene, so he may be hiding in a hotel or camping in the creeks near his residence. Lowry's last known address was 3073 Deansbridge Road, Lot C7. If you think you know where police may find Lowry or know how police can stop him, please call Sergeant Shane McDaniel of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, dispatch, or any on-duty investigator in the Criminal Investigation Division by calling 706-821-1080, or call, text, or email your tips to 1-800-222-TIPS, or text to 803-441-UP-HIGH, or email your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash.
I'm Dave Michaels with this Crime Reports and Rewards special report. Did you notice during the George Zimmerman trial how the media kept repeating the question, what if Trayvon Martin had been white? Meet Roderick Scott. In April of 2009, Mr. Scott woke at 3 a.m. to the sound of three young men breaking into cars on his street. He called the police and then went down to the street to make sure the young men did not flee before the police arrived. He shouted at the three, "Freeze," and told them the police would be there soon. The three boys stood before the big man, obviously considering what they should do. That's when Christopher Curvon rushed Mr. Scott, uttering, I'll get you. I'll get him. Roderick Scott fired twice, killing the teenager. The trial that followed was again a case of prosecutional overreach. They tried to convict Mr. Scott with manslaughter. Fortunately for Mr. Scott, the jury, all white, agreed with him that he only did what he needed to do to protect himself. Afterwards, the prosecutor opted, "I hope this isn't a message to the community that you have the right to shoot an unarmed 17-year-old kid for breaking into a car." The problem is, Mr. Scott didn't shoot the young man for breaking into his car, but for attacking him. While it is a tragic event with much pain to the teenager's family, he brought himself to this tragic end through a series of terrible choices. Roderick Scott had every right to protect himself. He did what he should have done. That's what the jury of his peers agreed. Roderick was a 42-year-old black man about the size of an NFL linebacker, while Christopher was a skinny 17-year-old white kid with a little bit of marijuana in his system. Scott was justified in the killing of the younger man, not because of the crime that he'd committed, but because he rightfully feared his own safety. There was no white uproar over the shooting of a young white man at the hand of a black man with a hero complex. The NAACP didn't show up to argue that the shooter should be jailed or that the Justice Department should pursue charges of civil rights violations against the man for killing a teenager. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all the other race hate baiters stayed home for the trial. The trial was treated as a tragic situation that a young man brought on himself by turning to violence. That is exactly how the George Zimmerman case should have been treated. Next time someone tells you what if, you can tell them it already happened, and the outcome was exactly the same, minus the racial tension. With this Crime Reports and Rewards special report, I'm Dave Michaels.
Crime Stoppers has learned that Travis Berrien was armed when he walked into the Augusta probation office on Monday, July 22nd. Crime Stopper tipsters shared with police almost 2 years ago that Berrien had bragged about committing several crimes, including the execution for hire of 2 Aiken County black females. Berrien was questioned about the murders of the 2 young ladies back in 2010, but police were unable to get enough tipsters to come forth to get him charged. After Berrien got away with 2 murders in Augusta, he became involved in a murder in Statesboro where the witnesses have come forth saying that it was Berrien that killed an African-American pastor named Michael Riley, leaving his church in shock and grieving. Crime Stopper tipsters say Travis Berrien bragged about walking into the Augusta probation office armed with a gun every single time he went. Court records show Berrien had been arrested many times, with the most recent being in 2009 when he was charged with aggravated assault. Recently, a murder warrant was issued for Berrien's arrest after the popular minister Michael Riley was shot to death inside his Statesboro, Georgia home. Statesboro police say the shooting was gang-affiliated, thus backing up Crime Reports and Rewards' earlier segments for the last 2 years or so on the estimated 100 or so gangs operating around Augusta. You'll also recall Crime Stoppers in earlier editions of Crime Reports had stated that if we don't stop killers that killed before, they'll kill again. When Crime Stoppers ask you to send in a tip, we know we can't undo the crimes that have already happened. We're just trying to help stop the murder that these suspects are about to commit if they are not stopped. The minister's wife, daughter, and 2 others are suspected of hiring Berrien as a hitman and have been charged with murder. When he walked into the Green Street probation office with a gun like he always had and they tried to arrest him, he drew his gun and tried to shoot anyone he could right there in the probation office. Because not enough Crime Stopper tipsters came forth with evidence to get an indictment, a popular preacher left a grieving church behind. And a probation officer ended up getting shot. Now, the Augusta Transition Center is having violent felons escape so often, the odds are great another spate of killings and manhunts will repeat themselves in the near future. If you know anything about any of Augusta's unsolved crimes or have information you think can prevent a violent crime or burglary, please call Investigator Blaze Dresser at 706-821-1080 or call, text, email your tips to 1-800-222-TIPS or text to 803-441-UP-HIGH or tips at AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash. The black male you see on your screen tried to pass counterfeit money recently at the Circle K on Fury's Ferry Road in Martinez. The suspect asked for a $350 money order and then gave the cashier $360, all in $20 bills. The cashier checked the money with a cash bin and discovered that the money was all counterfeit, so she refused to complete the money order. The suspect then fled the store, leaving his funny money behind. The suspect was wearing a red shirt and a black Adidas hat. If you think you know who he is or how police may stop him, please call Captain Steve Morris of the Columbia County Sheriff's Office at 706-541-2800 or call, text, or email your tips to 1-800-222-TIPS or text to 803-441-UP-HIGH or email your tip to tips at AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash. Aisha Nicole Fox, whose date of birth is 8-something in 1990, is wanted by the Richmond County Sheriff's Office for aggravated assault, criminal trespass, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. If you have any information on Fox, please send it to Lieutenant Calvin Chu of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office or any other investigator in the Criminal Investigations Division by calling 706-821-1020. Or call, text, or email in your tips to 1-800-222-TIPS or text to 803-441-UP-HIGH or email your tip to tips at AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is looking for Jaquez or Sean Wright, whose date of birth was May-something in 1990, with a last known address of 2305 Hiawatha Drive. Wright is wanted for a grand jury arrest in connection with an armed robbery and aggravated assault that occurred on 4/17 in 2013. Wright is a suspected member of the 23rd Street Gang. Wright is believed to be armed and dangerous. If you're a long-time Crime Reports and Rewards fan, you may recall Augusta said it didn't have a gang problem when Crime Reports and Rewards first broadcast we had gangs back in 2010. Well, here is yet another local gang member whose gang was able to thrive while Augusta was in denial that it had a gang problem. If you think you know how or where police may find Jaquez or Sean Wright, please call Major Scott Peoples at 706-821-1080 or call, text, or email your tips to 1-800-222-TIPS or text your tip to 803-441-UP-HIGH or email in your tip to tips at AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers where to stack your cash. On June 17th at approximately 8:37 p.m., an unknown white male broke into Isdale's Bedroom Superstore located at 2520 Peach Orchard Road. Anyone having any knowledge of the burglary or the suspect's identity is asked to please contact investigator Darren Massey or the investigator on call at 706-821-1020 or 706-821-1080. Or you can text, call, or email your tip to AugustaCrimeStoppers.org at 803-441-8744. Or email your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you'll always remain anonymous and you tell us where to stack your cash.
And now, this Crime Reports and Rewards special report.
Sheriff Richard Roundtree issued certificates of appreciation recently to Lieutenant Robbie Silas and Deputy Corey Carlisle for apprehending an armed and dangerous felon as he fled from robbing the Little Caesars on Gordon Highway. On June 18, 2013, at approximately 10:45 a.m., the Little Caesars on Gordon Highway was robbed at gunpoint. The arriving deputies immediately issued a broadcast of the armed suspect. Lieutenant Robbie Silas responded to the area and within a short time observed a suspect matching the description of the armed robber walking on the 2500 block of Milledgeville Road near the Augusta Estates Mobile Home Park. Lieutenant Silas observed the suspect jump the fence into Augusta Estates and called in his observations over the radio. Deputy Corey Carlisle was on a traffic stop in the area and stopped what he was doing and provided immediate assistance. Within a very short period, Lieutenant Silas and Deputy Carlisle had the suspect under arrest. Not only had this suspect just committed armed robbery, but it was later determined that he had also committed an armed robbery the previous week on Tobacco Road. Due to the quick actions of Deputy Carlisle and Lieutenant Robbie Silas, this suspect was quickly apprehended after being involved in an armed robbery. The actions of both of these individuals are to be commended and are appreciated by the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Way to go, guys! Congratulations from Augusta Crime Stoppers, Crime Reports and Rewards.
You've been watching Crime Reports and Rewards with Rick Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous. The criminals don't. If you have any information on these or any other crimes, call our national tip line at 1-800-222-TIPS. Well, you'll stay anonymous and could get a cash reward. You can see this or any other episode of Crime Reports and Rewards on the web anytime at crimereportsandrewards.com. Crime Reports and Rewards is a production of Michaels Media.